Hello, and a very warm welcome to Slow and Simple English. I'm Anna, and I'm so happy you're here today. This is the place where we take our time, breathe deeply, and learn English together, without any pressure.
And I'm David. It's always a pleasure to share this space with you, Anna, and with all of our wonderful listeners around the globe. It is spacious. Today, we are not baking, not planning, not conversing in the usual way. Today, we are practicing a different form of attention. We are going to paint a small sunset. And as we paint, we are going to let the slow journey of color across this canvas become an anchor, a gentle visual anchor for our words and for your listening.
An anchor. That's a powerful word. So often, when learning, our minds can feel adrift, trying to catch unfamiliar words on a fast current of speech. You're suggesting we drop an anchor to steady ourselves.
Exactly. This painting is our anchor. It provides a slow, predictable, beautiful story. You don't need to understand every word immediately. You can look at the story unfolding and let the words attach themselves to the color, the movement, the feeling. We are blending two arts, the art of seeing and the art of listening. And in the space between them, comprehension can grow, quietly, without fear.
So, we are not just learning from the painting, but alongside it. The pace of the brush sets the pace of the learning.
Yes, let's begin. I have my tools. A stretched canvas, the color of pale linen. A glass of water, clouded with washes of color. My palette, with little mounds of paint. And my brushes, resting like quiet promises. The first thing we need, is a sky to hold our sunset. Not a bright blue sky, but an evening sky, soft and ready. I'm mixing ultramarine blue, a touch of alizarin crimson, with a lot of white and water. They become a soft, sleepy lavender, a hazy violet. I'm washing this color across the top third of the canvas, with a wide, flat brush. My movements are long, horizontal, deliberate. Horizontal. I am establishing the gradient, the foundation. It is not exciting yet. It is calm. It is the deep breath before the color arrives.
Horizontal, gradient, foundation. These words aren't just vocabulary. They are instructions for the eyes. They tell me what to look for in the action. The language is given shape to the visual.
Now I rinse my brush. The water turns a faint purple. I select a new color. This is cadmium orange. It is the very soul of warmth, of citrus, of a ripe persimmon. In the tube, it is almost aggressively bright. But we don't want aggression. We want a glow. I am placing this orange here just below the lavender. I am leaving a thin band of the pale canvas between them, the space for the light to happen. Now, for the magic of transition, I take a clean, damp, fluffy brush, a blending brush, and I begin to work the boundary. I'm not painting now. I am blending. I am feathering. With the lightest touch, I encourage the orange and the violet to meet, to mingle, to lose their hard edge. Where they mix, they create a memory of pink, a hint of dusty peach. This area has no name. It is the in-between, the liminal space. In language, this is the moment when a new word stops feeling foreign and starts to feel like it might belong to you. It is no longer just orange or just violet. It is something new, born of their meeting.
Liminal. What a beautiful word for a beautiful concept. The threshold. The space where transformation occurs. That might be the most important space in all of learning.
It is. Now, we intensify the story. I return to my cadmium orange with less water this time. Here, near our imagined horizon line, I place a soft, concentrated pool of light. Not a circle, a smudge, a glow. I am stippling the color on, letting the texture of the canvas catch little peaks of pigment. This creates a luminous, textured effect. It feels alive, like light buzzing just above the earth. The words, luminous, textured, stippling, they describe a quality, not just a thing.
You're moving from nouns to adjectives, from objects to sensations. Luminous isn't a thing you can point to, it's a way that a thing is. This is how language grows richer.
Now, the sky needs depth. Above our glow, I mix a deeper blue, phthalo blue, with a drop of black. This will be the deepening dusk, curling around the edges of our sunset like a velvet blanket. I apply it lightly, letting it gradient back into our lavender. It has architecture. But a sunset is not just about the sky. It is about what it touches. We need an earth, a silhouette. I mix a very dark color, burnt umber and ivory black. With a round brush, I paint a simple, jagged line along the very bottom. It is not a detailed forest. It is the suggestion of trees, of hills. A silhouette. Its job is to be solid, dark, simple. It frames the complexity of the sky. It gives the light something to shine against. Silhouette.
A perfect word. It's a whole object defined by its absence of detail, by its stark outline. In language, sometimes the simplest, boldest sentences, "I see the trees," have that same powerful framing effect.
Exactly. Now, for the delicate details. The punctuation marks of the evening. I take my smallest brush, a liner brush. I dip its tip into pure titanium white, thick from the tube. First, a few specks. Here, ... and here. Distant stars, pricking through the deepening blue. They are pinpoints. Then, with a slightly damp brush, I drag a tiny, soft line of white ... through the orange glow. A lone, wispy cloud, catching the last of the light. It is feathery, ethereal, transient. Finally, a single, bold stroke. A dark, quick V shape, flying across the peach-colored band. A bird, going home. A silhouette within a silhouette. A story within a story.
It's complete.
It is a small, quiet universe on a canvas. And throughout, we spoke simply. We matched each word, each syllable, to a visible, deliberate action. The brush was our metronome. The emerging picture was our shared story.
This is a practice you're offering our listeners. Anchored listening.
Yes, you don't need paints. You can do this anywhere. Find any slow, observable process. Watch the barista steam milk, the hiss, the swirl, the velvety pour. Watch raindrops trace paths down a window. Watch a leaf tremble in the breeze. Just watch. And as you watch, begin to narrate in your mind, in the simplest English you know. Connect the words directly to the movement. The milk is swirling. The drop is falling. The leaf is trembling. You are not preparing for a test. You are exercising a connection, building a neural pathway between your perception and your inner English voice.
You're making language experiential, not just intellectual. It becomes part of your noticing, part of your being in the world. This is how we learned our first language, by associating sounds with the tangible world around us.
Precisely. So, this is your invitation. This week, find your small sunset, a slow, simple process to observe with gentle focus. As you watch, let simple English words rise to meet what you see. Be the artist of your attention. The words will follow, naturally, quietly.
We would be so grateful to hear what you chose. What small, ordinary miracle did you decide to observe with your new artist's ear? Share it with our community. Your observation might give someone else the courage to slow down and see their world anew.
Thank you, truly, for sharing this spacious, colored silence with us today. Remember, understanding, like this painting, is built layer by layer, stroke by stroke. There is no rush. The beauty is in the gentle, persistent doing.
Until our next moment of quiet creation, remember, keep your eyes open, keep your words simple, and let the world be your gentle teacher.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.